So today we're doing GimKit. GimKit is a gamification system of learning where we play games with the kids. I'm going to tell you straight up, it's perfectly suited for informal assessments. Yes, that's I'm going to put my head on that. Informal assessment. Wonderful way to do it with the kids. What is it like? The short answer is it's kind of like Kahoot, but with more gamified elements in it. So kind of like Kahoot, but more gamified elements. I think that's a fair way to actually put it. There are, of course, way different gaming modes built into it that Kahoot does not have. But let me share a screen with you, and then we go from there. Share window, share this window with everyone, and start my slideshow. Cool. Now, gamification with GimKit. Welcome to today's session. Game-based learning. Now, what is game-based learning? This is learning through the immersion in a gaming environment. And when I say immersion in a gaming environment, I'm saying our kids love these games. There is no such thing anymore as a non-gaming kid. I mean, the school I used to teach at, the first team rugby players would be sitting on the bus on the way to a game and they'd be playing a game. My affectionate nerds in the class would be playing games. The kids in breaks would be playing games. They've grown up playing games. I mean, we grew up playing games, but it's even more true, I think, for the new generation of kids every year. So if we can immerse them in something that they're already having fun with, something that they already know and identify with, and we combine that with learning, then I think we are completely and utterly winning. It's just, that's how it is. And who wants to go to a dry, boring lesson if you know that your teacher said, Friday we're going to have an informal test on the work we've done. It's going to be a game. It's going to be competitive. You can do a lot of fun things. And this is the topic, and just look forward to it. And the kids will look forward to it. The class might end up being slightly messy. I mean, messy is good, I think. Just messy equals good. There's no way to have fun and to play games and not actually have that be slightly messy. You're going to have noisy, rowdy kids. You're going to have laughing. You're going to have fun. But that's the whole point. We're going to learn. We're going to immerse them in this game. They're going to have fun and they're going to learn. This is an example of a game that I used to play when I was really small. It's called The Incredible Machine. The very fun game. I can still remember things like how this game used to work. I remember if I started this level immediately, this ball over there would fall and it'd start rolling. The moment it hit this thing over there, the rat would start running. Then this gear would go. I would cut this thing, this would fall, this one would go down, scare this one, trigger this thing, this would start running over here. Then it would move the ball go through here, this would explode, it goes up there. I can still remember the mechanics of this game from when I was really, really small. That's how much of an impression this game alone made on me. I didn't know I was actually learning about gears and force and direction of movement, but I was. This was an intro to me for learning about force, movement, action, reaction, problem solving, abstract thinking. I spent hours just trying to figure out how to solve these levels. Brilliant game. Now what about this game, Civilization? Civilization is a strategy game where you have to grow an empire, you have to make it flourish, you build war units, you build production units, you build lots of units that enable you to actually flourish as a civilization, make war and win. But throughout this game, you learn about history because each empire's history gets taught to you. Oh, this is your great leader. His name is Gandhi. You might get an advantage in making peace with other nations because of Gandhi. And then it's like a little pop-up and you could read the history of Gandhi. Or we'd learn about Genghis Khan and suddenly you get plus 10 effectiveness with your horse archers because you now have the supreme leader called Genghis Khan. Oh, now you've built the pyramids, you've built the Pantheon, or whatever it is, but you would learn history while playing this game. Just the power of that game-based learning means I can still remember some world history and ancient history to this game, and I can get stuck on ancient history TikToks like it's nobody's business, partly because of a game I played a long time ago. Minecraft, favorite of a lot of people. smelting elements, building strategy. What a nice game. Minecraft Education, of course, being one of your key elements. I have to admit, I prefer something like Sid Meier's city building simulators or Transport Tycoon to Minecraft. But there it is. All these different games teaching me different things. So learning through gaming is not a new thing. But what about gamification coupled with our learning? Gamification with learning has a lot of elements, but let's talk about 3 of those strong elements. Applying elements of playing games to learning, we've got scoring points. Now, why would you want to score points? Why would this be important? Because it's a way of tracking how you're doing. It immediately tells you and the teacher this learner is on a learning journey during this little game that we're playing, and they're amassing points, they're doing well. It's tracking your performance. It's not just a dry assessment. It's immediately telling you how you're doing. There is an emotional connotation to this as well. I mean, who doesn't love doing well? Who doesn't love seeing that I am doing well, I'm flourishing in what I've chosen to learn and to tell the teacher that I've learned? What if our formal exams had a scoring system that as you answer, you lock in the answer, it immediately tells you how you are doing? That kind of positive feedback could be powerful. And let's not think about the negative implication of what it could also be. Let's just say it could be positive because I've experienced it to be mostly positive. Scoring points tracks what you're doing, gives you feedback, keeps you aligned, and it also tells the teacher that's observing how you're doing. Now, how about the next element? Competition. It took me a while to realize that I, as a person, am competitive. Our learners are competitive. They like competing with each other. And that's okay. That's fine. That's even good because it motivates them to do better and better. Let me just see this over there. When our learners are competing against each other, they perform better, they are motivated to do better. And that's something we really want to happen. You see whose microphone is open? Oh, it's Mbasa Mtwalo. I'll just have to mute that participant because I hear my echo. The kids that are competitive, they perform better and they are competitive. You might think that your quiet kid in the class is not competitive. No, he is. He quietly wants to compete. He wants to know how he's doing, and that's okay. One specific thing that I love about GimKit, I totally love this about GimKit. It's not just about doing well. It's not an ultimate. You will see in a moment that when you buy a power up, there is a power up that enables you to knock the leader down. Now think about that. When you ask questions in a class, you usually have a learner that knows the answers, if you're lucky, or more than one. What if the children are tired of competing against this child who's obviously, well-versed in whatever you're teaching, or smart, or whatever it's want to call him? What if you get an opportunity to compete against him and the class can even band together to knock him down a little bit, to put something in his path that stops him from being the top player for that game? Because it's about the learning and the gaming. It's not actually about who gets the most points, not if they work together to have a strategy about who they want. That brings a social element into it. It brings more fun into the game as well. By the way, this power-up system or knocking people up or down, you can turn that off as well. You can decide, it's created havoc in your class. It's now a social experiment. You don't want that element, but it's there if you want it. I know that I would definitely keep it enabled for the first few times to see how it goes, just to see how the competition evolves and how my normal strong learners are noticed by the rest of my class, and then they're knocked down, kept in check, and give each other challenges. What if you have 2 really strong learners that keep challenging each other the whole time, and your third strongest learner suddenly emerges victorious? That is something that can happen with GimKit and not with something like Quizlet or Kahoot. That's why I love GimKit for gamification more than I love the other platforms. And then the rules. The rules are what makes GimKit even more complicated. And I say complicated, but it doesn't need to be. Your learner can just answer the questions and play the game like it's supposed to be played, and it will work. But our learners like complexity. They like rules, and they will learn that there are things that you can buy with the money you earn from answering questions correctly that enable you to build up your funds quicker, get more money, get multipliers for your money, get insurance that when you get something wrong, you lose less of your money. You'll get a doubling of the amount of money you get per questions, but it costs you money. And if I do a little sum, say you buy something worth $50. I think this game is in dollars. And it's a ×2 bonus to whatever you get. So you used to get R2 or $2.50 for a question, but now you get 5. Great, you get $5 per question, but it costs you 50. So how long is it going to take you to build that up? Unless you buy for $100 that you've built up, you buy the new power up that ×5s it. And now that you're on a ×5 multiplier for what you get for your question and answers, you suddenly go up really quickly because you've now spent your money wisely. But what if you notice there's only 1 minute of play left? Don't buy the power-ups now because you need the money to get your high score. The kids are thinking about these rules that makes the game intricate, replayable, and interesting instead of just going, okay, this is the game, this is the code, answer the question, done. I mean, code is messy and it's fun, but it's not complicated. With a little bit of the addition of rules in your gaming, suddenly this can become a little bit of fun. Okay, now let's move on. So how does this help? Our learners, they are engaged. There is no two ways about this that this leads to the engagement of learners. There is no passive participant in a GimKit game. There is no one sitting on the side not doing anything. I mean, they can choose to not take part. But what if they do take part? And that engagement builds excitement in your class, builds excitement for your weekly informal assessment based on GimKit. What if you set up your questions and answers 1 year and you went through the effort and you did it for your grade 10s, your 11s, your grade 12s, or whatever grades you teach. And the next year they're available for you to just use at a moment's notice. You don't even need to set them up. And your kids know that you are an engaging teacher. You're a fun teacher. You bring gaming and fun into their classroom. They love engagement with you, with each other. They do not like being passive recipients of your wisdom. They want to engage in their own learning, and we can do that for them with a simple tool like GimKit. Competition amongst each other, that leads to them performing better, learning better. It'll be curriculum based because you are the person that sets these questions up. But the competition, the engagement will drive their learning. And then our most powerful thing there is the feedback, the immediate feedback. As we are going through these GimKits, it's called a kit of question, we are actually getting immediate feedback. They can see when a question was right, when it was wrong, and you can immediately tell them. You can see when your class gets things right or wrong, how you can walk around as they answer things. You can help them do better. If you were to buy into the pro version, then I know that there are more possibilities of things that can happen and work well. I mean, I think it's $14 something a month or $60 a year, which is a lot of money. But with that comes your whole classroom management, your assignments that you can actually give them a GimKit to play for homework and review on their own individual games. So that is a powerful thing that you can have a conversation with your principal at some point. Or you can just do the free version, which is already quite powerful. That immediate feedback between you and your learners in a fun, competitive, and engaging manner to see what they've learned, are they learning, and to make the learning in your class more fun. I think one of the biggest positive things that a teacher can do is to grow their learner numbers. That means your numbers are going up. Because you are a fun teacher, you're engaging, you have passion for your subject, and you bring it by also exposing them to games like this. Of course, I also believe there are other elements of having them be participants in their own learning, not just recipients. There are ways to have them do interesting things. I mean, as an e-learning advisor, I have to tell you, I'm not going to do an oral in my class again. Oh no, I'm going to have them do presentations from Canva or PowerPoint. I might even consider having them make little 30-second videos to play in the class instead of doing an oral, because that'll have them engage with the work. And that's something fun. So just something to think about. the feedback from what electronic means or e-learning means brings to our education is a powerful addition. Okay, now let's play a game. Now what am I going to do? I'm going to discard my annotations for now. I'm going to show, let's start by playing a game. I think that's the thing. I'm going to go to my GimKit. I've logged in with my free account. Let's go to my kits. Now I've divided my kits into an e-learning one and an IT grade 10 one, but I'll show you how to do that later. Let's play one called GimKit training. I'm going to click on play live. So I've selected my kit. I can now see it. These are my questions. What does the multiplier options do in the shop? What happens when you get an answer right? When you can use GimKit in the classroom? I'm not going to tell you all the answers because we are actually going to learn through just playing it quickly. On the left-hand side here, I can now see I have options for me to choose from. The one that I'm going to choose is play live. Play live is the one that's going to give me a code that you guys are going to fill in and play. I can click on practice. I can click on edit if I want to edit the questions or answers, or share, reports, copy, export, etc. if I want questions exported. But I'm now going to click on play live. And I want you guys to join me. First of all, when I click on this play live, it's going to give me this options. Fishtopia, or Snowball, or Trust No One, anything like that. These are not the options I want to do today. I want to be slightly more boring, like classic. Teams mode, I think you need a minimum of 8 people to play. I'm not going to show you teams mode. You'll have to experiment on your own in your own class when some people team up to do it. I'm going to go with classic mode. Okay, I can see all the other modes. No problem. Continue. Now I get my game and I get different options. Get options like time. Now I can set a time limit to 10 minutes. 10 minutes is plenty for us. I'm actually going to make that slightly less. I'm going to make it 7 minutes of playtime for all of us. Then I'm going to say class, no class, because I haven't got learners registered in my class. You've got, of course, that starts with a certain amount of cash. If it's set to 0, but I'm going to start with 100. Music playing, clapping on, clean power-ups only. Now remember I said you can't knock other people down. This is called clean power-ups only, and you can switch it on or off. I'm going to leave it off for more fun. I'm going to not use a nickname generator because we're all adults here and people can join in late. I'm just pointing out the use nickname generator. I usually default it eventually, depending on my class, to just have the nicknames generated. Otherwise, they would come with slightly naughty nicknames. Some of them I understood, some of them I didn't, and they would laugh over the nicknames instead of actually playing the game. So it's a safer option to actually enable with all of your learners. Okay, now these are the options that I've looked at. I didn't show you these ones. There is a race one, where you race to be the first one to reach a certain amount of money. Now, if you have a deck of, say, 20 questions, it's going to keep asking you the same questions over and over. So if you've gone through all 50 that it randomly asks you, then it's going to start again. So you have to think about, do you want them to get through the questions once or more? I actually have no problem with them going through the questions more than once. That's why I've even made this 11 question one slightly longer. It's going to give you time to read the questions, build up your money, look at the power-ups, and explore the game a little bit without having to worry about the questions. Don't worry about getting them wrong. It's going to even show you the right answers, and which you're going to learn by doing. But we're not going to play until 250,000 at 250,000. That's a lot of money. All in, the game ends when the collective balance of all players reaches the cash goal of 5 million. Now, and again, let's set it to 7 minutes. I'm going to go continue. What do I get? I've clicked on continue. I'm now going to host my game live just like you would host it, and then you'd get this on the screen. Now please go to gimkit.com/join, and when asked for the code, you can enter 866080. It's much easier to learn by doing than it is to learn by sitting in a passive session. So here I am. I'm waiting for people to join my GimKit. I need you to go to gimkit.com/join. Let's see if I can copy that and put it in chat. And there you are. I'm seeing people join one by one. You should get an option after you've joined it where it says, you know, while you're waiting, just draw a fun picture. And that's a fun thing to do. I think I'm going to wait for at least 10 people to join just before we start. Let's see who are the participants in this one. Ami, it's nice to see you, Annie. Cleo Ann, seen that name before. Jacobus van Niekerk, ooh, I see him too. I'll remember to cut this out of the recording before I share with people. Marika's there, Mbasa's there. Nathan, I wonder if that's Nathan from Magalis. Then, oh, lots of cool people joining this one. Okay, we now have 6 people. Just need a couple more before we can actually continue with this. 7 minutes of learning about GimKit a little bit. If there's anyone that has a question while we're waiting, please unmute yourself and ask the question. We're just going to wait for a couple of more people to join. Okay, enough drawing. Let's start this game. Now, I'm also going to actually go and join this game. Let's see if I can just go there, paste GimKit join, so I can show you both sides. My session number 86080. My name, I'll be Jack for today. Join. Waiting for myself to join. That's fine. I can draw. It's already filled in and start the game. Okay, let's play the game, everyone. Okay, I've got some money in the bank, got some answers right and wrong. Let me go and do the shop. Amount of money per question, I can buy level 3. All right, let's go back to answering questions. Okay, more money, let's go multiplier. I'm gonna buy myself more.
Hi, Louis.
Hello, Jaco.
I just want to make sure, what is your name on this thing? I just want to show them what the negative power-up things also look like on your screen.
Today I'm called Jack. That's my for today.
Jack, okay.
Whoa! I've been iced. Can't answer anything for 10 seconds still. That is a very fun thing. Thank you, Jaco. I'll just have to wait it out.
just to elaborate on that, there's a couple of different. These are the when Louis spoke about the non-clean power-ups, when he said only clean power-ups, there's a number of these things that you can use to block other people. So it just adds a little bit more of a gamified experience to this thing. So in this case, if we normally what Louis would have on his screen as the presenter is he would have something that looks like the leaderboard. Can you just show them the leaderboard on your screen quickly, Louis? You should have that in the other in the others. Right. So the leaderboard. So now, as a class, we'd be able to see that Jack is in the lead. So it brings a whole different element in. So now we can say, look, we need to make sure that Jack doesn't get too far ahead. So let's use some negative power ups. So this is the opportunity where everyone can go to the shop and buy power ups to stop Jack from winning.
Yes, that's what you can do. I just toggled the sound for everyone, just so you can actually hear clearly. That's one of the things that I can do. And I can see how everyone is doing. Ooh, I can remove Marika from the game. I can increase her balance by 10%. I can decrease her balance, or I can ice her. Let me just go and ice Yaku for icing me with my admin powers. That was fun to do. But as the administrator, I mean, you can take part a little bit, and you can do things. Maybe someone complains, oh, it didn't have enough time, my computer froze, I had to log back in, and you can give them like plus 10% money or something. But I can see there's a thing going on between Ntabi and Marika. They are very close in money. They've just switched around with 3 minutes remaining. Now it's going to be between them. As they answer the questions correctly and they buy power-ups, and no one else ices them or puts them out of the game or interferes with them, who is going to emerge victorious? I have no idea. Let me just see, why is Jack 542? I see that Ntabi is closing it on the first place. Marika has fallen behind a little bit. I can see Mbasa upgrade his insurance. That's pretty cool. Let me just go actually to the game. Just buy something. Buy it with. Okay, I've bought something. And back. It's now in the last 2 minutes. I've lost my first place. The music has gotten severely cooler. I have to admit, I like this music.
I think it's I purchased the summer song.
Is that the summer song that you purchased?
Yep.
That is pretty cool. See how that works. Shop. Power-ups. Summer song. Is that what you did?
Yes, I don't think it really helped me much, but it at least made it sound cooler for everyone else.
It really did make it sound cooler for everyone. No, you're right. There's only 1.5 minutes left. We have people moving in on the top. We've got Lucian moving up to second place. We've got people leaving the game. And we've got now people starting to figure out how it works. The nice thing about this is, if I've set a lesson with 10 questions, or 15 or 20, and my learners are playing this game, they have to get the answers right to actually get the money. To get the money, they have to learn. Repetition says, theory of teaching, that the more times you repeat something, the better you will learn it. Now, if you've taught these things during the week, they heard you say it, you had them write it down or do a little written exercise on it, or had them collaborate on a Google slideshow. And then the third time that week, you say, right, now we're going to do an informal on this and informal assessment, and you have them play the game, and suddenly they've gone through that work at least 3 times in 3 different ways. They cannot help but start memorizing and understanding the work that you are teaching them. Let me just enable the music for the last 20 seconds to see who emerges victorious. Just that was my thing. I always said, have the learners go through the work in 3 different ways during my week, and then I'll feel like I've taught something. But let's see how it goes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and boom. Hey! First place in Taubi. Congratulations, outclassing everyone by almost double the amount of money. Second place, Lucian. Third place, Marika, and we can see how it goes. Let's just click on View Report. I want to see what this does. Now I can see 16 correct, 9 incorrect, 64%. Question breakdown. Okay, this question, everyone got better, better, better. 100%, 100%. Now you get an idea of what questions that you've covered were answered well and which weren't. This is immediate feedback for you as a teacher. The kids had a hell of a fun time playing this, and you get to know what your class is and what they know. Now, if I do student overview, if you had them fill in the classroom their actual names, then you would know, okay, here's a problem. This Mbasa guy, 62%. I should speak to my e-learning intern. He could have done better, or maybe I should get a private session, or maybe I should give him the homework of watching a YouTube video or the covering some of the work, or an ed puzzle that I can assign to him to make sure that he understands the work. There are so many interventions that I can think of now, electronic or otherwise, that I can give to Mombasa, because I've informally seen, I don't need to share this with the class, how he's doing in terms of my informal assessment of the work. I don't need to go and physically formally test him now. I can see he took part and he did not do well. That's a powerful piece of knowledge right there. Quick stats, questions answered correctly, accuracy. Generally, as a teacher, I feel good about myself. Plus, now you guys have learned more about GimKit. That was just one of the fun games that we played. Now, let's see how we would go about actually creating our own GimKit. So, I was here, did it live, worked well. GimKit training, this was the kit that I worked on, and I'm going to go back to, let's search for a kit first of all. I want to see, let's see, I'm teaching ancient history. What can I find? Now I can hover over this and I'll get options like this one. By hovering over it, I'll see what is the capital of the Assyrian Empire, Nineveh. Which empire lasted the longest? The Syrian. Babylon is the capital. Which two empires? Years of the Syrian empires, etc. Lots of ones. I can see 22 questions. Okay, it looks good. It's not quite what I thought, but it looks fine. What about this one? Only has 10 questions. Who was the youngest pharaoh? King Tut. And it's the type of question is actually a fill in the answer one. Text input. Mesopotamia was a farming community. Mesopotamia did not make the, I don't know what that is. Two rivers were the Tigris and the Euphrates. Okay, ancient history. This is pretty cool. I can choose one of them. Let's say I choose this first one. Cool. This is useful for me. I can show the answers. I can hide the answers. I can see these questions. I can play it live. That's very nice. Now let's say I didn't actually want to do this necessarily. I wanted to set up my own one. I'll go back to GimKit. This is my normal login screen for GimKit. You can see I have search kits there at the top. My search kits would be over here. That's where I go to search for kits that other people created, and there are quite a lot. I have my cosmetics, my me stuff, my upgrade to my pro, which will open up the assignments that I give to kids. I've got my new kit button over here. Now, if I wanted to create my own new kit, then I would do this. I've got my existing kits. This one I've created, this one I've created. And it's just so plain straightforward. I've got on the left hand side, I've got my GimKit Creative, new thing that I just got a message about. I haven't checked it out yet. I've got assignments, which I can't use in the free mode. I've got my classes, which I haven't created any, but you can create your classes and have your learners just be part of that. And my news. Here I've at the bottom, I have my folders that I've created that I will set stuff in. And let's say I start my new own kit. New kit. I click on it. Kit name is South Africa General Knowledge. Language, I'm going to go with English. Not Afrikaans today. Subject will be, let's do it as history and social studies. I've chosen that. I go next. Okay, I need an actual picture. I can search for stuff like, let's see if I search RSR what I get. It's actually not bad. I like that picture. Okay, cool. Now I can add a question, create with flashcards, collaborate with KitCollab, add from question mark, and import from a spreadsheet. These are the different ways that I can now create my GimKit on my own. I'm going to click on add question. Okay, question, ask away. My first question is like be, let me see, ai.com. I just want to be fancy for once. Why not be fancy a little bit? Log into ChatGPT. Continue with Google. Yeah, that's me. I've registered an account before. I'm going to say, give me 10 general knowledge questions and answers about South Africa, multiple choice style, 4 answers with an answer key. Let's see how that does. Sure, 10 multiple choice questions about South Africa. Cool. I don't think I'm going to use all of them, but maybe I'm not an expert on general knowledge of South Africa. So, you know, I'm going to use this as an aid to actually set up my GimKit question. Why not do that? What is the capital city of South Africa? Pretoria, but it's a loaded question because we actually have 3 capitals, so I'm not going to use that one. Which iconic mountain overlooks Cape Town? Okay, I'm going to go with that question. Great. That's cool. My answers will be, now let's see what I got here. Table Mountain, copy. That's correct. Mount Kilimanjaro is definitely not correct. Drakensberg Mountains, that is not correct. And what else? Lesotho Mountains, and that is not correct. Cool, I have a question. What if I want to add a photo? Now I have options here. I can search on Unsplash, I can link to a photo, or I can upload. No, can't upload. Upload is for the pro users only. So I'm going to search for, let's not be too obvious. Let's go Cape Town. Let's give them a little hint. I mean, that's not the normal question of Cape Town, but for those that know, that might be a little hint. Table Mountain, and I add my question. That is a pretty nice question. I'm happy with that. Let's go back to ChatGPT. What is the official language of South Africa? No. Loaded question. Actually not right, because we have different official languages. So ChatGPT not perfect, but who was the renowned anti-apartheid revolutionary politician who came from first black president? This one I like. Now let's see. Add a question. This one I'm gonna go with Nelson Mandela. I know is the correct answer. Copy. Gonna go copy. Tambo copy. Incorrect. And I'm gonna go Steve Pico. This is just because I'm too lazy to type out my own answers, and I feel like this saves me time. Add a photo to Nelson Mandela, Children of Fun. Let's see if we can get a. Let's just go. That is a nice picture. Add. Now I have 2 questions. Now I can add more questions in different ways. Let me just add another one from the question bank. Okay, South Africa general knowledge. Now I get general knowledge. I can add from my kits, but I don't have everything new there. So I'm just going to go search for South Africa. What do I get? This dude. Okay. This seems like, okay. the way that he's done it's because you have to fill in 4 answers. So he put in like little dashes because he didn't want to add. I think it's lazy, but I'm gonna not use those questions. How about this one? Okay, that's a different language one. No, South Africa. No. How many capitals does South Africa have? That's a nice one. We have 3, the legislative, and I can't remember the other 2. Add question. The is longest river, Orange River. I like that one too. Is South Africa a continent? Highest point in South Africa. The ocean to the west is Atlantic. Population, how many years? No. How many years did Nelson Mandela serve in prison? Why not? 27. Okay. And I've used someone else. Let's look if there's someone else. No. No. Ah, that one. I saw that the largest city in South Africa is Johannesburg. Add question. I think I have enough questions that I've now added from other people. Now, see, if I was teaching IT grade 10 hardware again, I'd be do IT hardware terminology. I can look at what is a motherboard, what is RAM, and there I just literally just build it out of this. Lots of other teachers worldwide have been building up kits. You can just get some help from them. You have to quality check them, of course. So now what I would do is I would go and I would maybe edit them. I see there's no photo, so maybe I'll go Unsplash, maybe I'll Google something myself. River picture. That is a nice one. Maybe I'll use this one. Right click, copy image address, and I'll go back to my GimKit and I'll use the link and I'll right click and I'll paste. That should add it. Ah, there it is. Cool. And I can save it. Now I've added the picture using a link. I can audio GimKit Pro only. Oh, I can't play with that. And I save. So now I've used add a question myself. If you'd add from a question bank, I can do import from a spreadsheet. Okay, let me just see if I can do this. Definitely just import from a spreadsheet. I click on it and it gives me options. Want to add questions super quickly, add them in a spreadsheet and import them here. Get started, choose a template below. Okay. Specify the question, correct answer, incorrect answers. Okay, cool. I'll click on that. I'll make a copy. And let's see. Right, that's my template. Let's use one more of my generated one. Which famous national park is known for its wildlife, one of the largest game reserves in South Africa? Cool, I'm going to put that under question. Then the correct answer is the Kruger National Park. And I love the Kruger National Park. Incorrect is Addo. Also love the Addo. Then not that one over there. That's incorrect, but it looks right. And Kgalagadi is over there. Cool. Undo, Control Z, Control V for pasting. Now I've got my import template. I can have other questions here that I've set up. I'm going to say File, download this as a comma separated values. Now that's important. Comma separated values. That's the format that GimKit needs it in. I'm going to say it's fine. Comma separated values. And I click on that. Just want to see. There it is, downloaded. It should be in my downloads folder now. Going back to GimKit. And I say, cool, import from a spreadsheet, no problem. Then I click on, did you guys all see this button here at the bottom? Upload file. So first I used this template. Then I populated it. Then I made certain it was in a CSV format. And then fourth, I will now click on this button over here. That's my sequence for getting stuff done with a template. Let me just erase all of that. And I'll click on upload file. Okay, open that one. Cool. And I'll go to the bottom. That's actually at the top. Which famous national park is known for its wildlife? And this is the question I've just imported using that offline template, and it works perfectly. Now let's look at it a little bit. Kruger National Park. Now I can see my copy and paste was not perfect. I'll click on edit. I'll just add my K here when I needed it. Maybe I'll add a photo. I'll search for Kruger National Park. And that is, let's go with the renosters, and I'll save. Okay, I've done a lot now. I've added my own questions. I've added it from other people's already created questions in the question bank. I've imported from a spreadsheet. What I haven't done is have you set the questions for me. Okay, now I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna click on this middle option now, which says collaborate with Kit Colab. This is something I love. I cannot wait to do it with my next class. This is gonna be fun because it's gonna save me time. Now, something that I did used to do was I would allow learners to make digital summaries in Google Slides format normally of lessons or topics that we were busy doing in class. Like if I was teaching and you wanted to create a class summary that was shared between the whole class of the work I was doing, I would allow it to do it. That was one way to get them to work with me and to get something they could study from later on. But what I can also do is I can have them set questions on a topic that we've done, or maybe flip classroom, have them set questions when they come to class, and we built a GimKit that we will play at the end of the week, kind of foreshadowing what is to come. That is another way to do it. So I'm going to do that with collaborate with Kit Colab. That beautiful one over there. Okay, let me erase all of that. And goodbye. Now, let me click on it. This is how collaborate with Kit Colab works. I'm going to click. I will now enable it. Now that I've enabled it, I can show you this link. Now I'm going to view the QR code if you want people to scan it. Let me just copy link and I'll paste it in chat. My chat is very obviously on the screen behind my laptop. I'll post it over there. Boom. Now you can do that. If I wanted to, I can also say view QR code and the class can scan that. You feel free. And now I'm waiting. I can actually show you. You know what? I'm going to copy this link. I'm going to go. I will paste it. It'll load. It'll say, right, your Kit collaborating with Louis van der Merwe. That's me. South Africa General Knowledge. Contribute a new question. I'll be like, what is the currency of South Africa? Now, the correct answer is, of course, the rand, not the peso, not the euro, and not the dollar. Add. Boom. Cool. I've contributed this question. This is what it's going to look like for them. When I go back to my GimKit, I can see, oh, submitted by Louis van der Merwe. What is the currency of South Africa? Do I want to reject it, or do I want to add it to my Kit Colab? I'm going to add it to my kit because it seems like a general. Which animal is in the big five of South Africa? Rhino, dog, flamingo, and cat. Excellent question. Submitted by Mbasa. Thank you very much. I'm going to add it to my kit. And that was as easy as that. Getting your class to participate in setting up a GimKit kit for yourself. Now we've joined a GimKit. We've hosted it live. We've created one. We had 4 different ways of actually creating a kit. We benefited from other people's work. Let me see. There is one more thing that I want to show you on this. All done over there. I have all the questions I need. That makes me very happy. But now, let's say this was for my history subject. And I'm going to go fine. Let's click on those 3 buttons on the right hand side. And I'll be like, cool. I want to add to a folder. The folder name is, I'm going to call it History Grade 9. And I'm going to create it. Now see, it didn't go anywhere. But what it did create is, if you look here on the actual bottom left, if you look there, you'll see that I have a new folder now. I have e-learning, history grade 9, and IT grade 10. I don't know how much you would like to segregate or separate this into different things. Would you do IT grade 10 term 1, IT grade 10 term 2, or would you do IT grade 10 and then have a different naming convention for your kids, like term 1 and the topic term 2, but there is a way. Just generally getting it organized, I would do something like this so that I know where my kids are and I can just find them. I can just click, okay, fine, I need my IT stuff. Okay, there's my kit for that. I need my history, cool. And then I need my e-learning stuff, GimKit training one. Good. Okay, now to end off this session for today, because we've talked about gamifications and the benefits. We've talked about demonstrating how to play the game, how to host a game, join it, creating our own quizzes. We've done importing questions. We did a kit collab quickly. The game modes is the only thing left over. Now I have only one game mode that I want to show you. There are multiples and they cycle through as the free version. The free version has like 3 game modes open most of the time. I'm going to say play live, but this time I'm not going to choose the classic mode. I'm going to choose the Fishtopia mode. I'm going to continue just to show you these different modes. They're amazing. How many minutes? I'm going to put it up to 10 minutes. Then I'm going to bait per question 1. More bait allows players to fish more. Allow item drop, yes. Class, I didn't register a class, so we're just going to each play with our names. Don't generate names. Join late is fine. And continue. And it takes a while to load. But I'm now going to do the South Africa general knowledge one that I set up with you. I might end it a little bit early, maybe after 5 minutes, depending, but let's everyone join this game. Now I've immediately joined by myself, joining as a player, and I'm waiting for players. You have to go to gimkit.com and that's join code. I'm just going to copy that and paste it in chat again so that you can just click on that link and then join the game. Once we have 3 or 4 players, I'm going to start the game. Now this is a different game mode of which GimKit has quite a few. It's got the classic mode that is like a souped up Kahoot, which I love. It's good. It's really not bad. Then we've got modes like the fishbowl mode. And that's one of the things that I love about GimKit is the pure simplicity around it. It's a simple concept. It's about creating your own kit, setting up your questions you might borrow from other people or collaborate with on your staff. Maybe you'll use a shared Google Sheet and each of you will do 3 or 5 questions for the week. Maybe you have more than one person in your department. Maybe you'll get the kids to collaborate with you and actually set the questions for you in your kit collab. I can actually click on someone and remove them. So if Marika was joining with a ridiculous name, I would actually just remove her from the game. But I'm not going to. Now I can run around where you press WASD on your keyboard to run around, or the arrow keys should also enable you to run around. Or if you're on a touchscreen device like a phone, then you should be able to do that. Okay. What are these stickers? I want to click on that. Purchase stickers from the item shop. Then come back here, place your stickers on the map. Okay. Now I'm going to join as a player and I'm going to show you how this works a little bit. Oh, here are the things. Move using the keyboard or just the gestures while you're on mobile. Answer the questions to earn bait. Okay. Find water and go fishing. Now we're adding some rules to the game which makes it more complex but makes it more fun. Find water and go fishing, and then sell your fish for cash. And then it's the concept of one of the most money wins. And I'm gonna start the game. Okay, cool. Here I am. People can still join. Now let me see. I need to earn bait. So answering questions. It says there. Let me. Okay. Cool. I earned a bait. Continue. Which iconic mountains? Table Mountain. Which animal? The big five of South Africa. Definitely the flamingo. No, incorrect. It's the rhino. Continue. Who was the renowned entrepreneur? I was Nelson Mandela. And close. Okay, cool. I now have bait. I can see here I have 3 bait. What am I going to do with my bait? I need to fish. Cast fishing rod. Boom. I caught a fish. It's worth $1. Fine, fish again. $1. Common fish. Okay, I'm out of bait. Need to answer more questions, get more bait. How many capitals? 3. Currency, the rand. Close. Need to find me some water so I can fish again. Ooh, rare fish, $10. I love that. That's great. Common. However, your backpack cannot carry more fish. Go sell fish at the marketplace to make space. So it's probably buy a bigger. I've got a sell station here, bottom left. If I go closer to it, sell my fish, tap on hold. Okay, cool. Got some money. Now I've sold my fish. Boat launch. Let me explore a little bit. Gear shop. What's this do? I've got the basic rod, expert rock. How much money do I have? I've got $19. Medium backpack, $20. Too expensive. Okay, so I don't have enough money to buy any of the gear. Need more money means I need to get more bait, answer more questions. Okay, got me some bait, time to fish. Quietly enjoying the music and fishing. Out of bait, let's go sell some fish. Cool. Now I have my $30 ruse. It says a power shop over here. What does that do? Move around faster, fish instantly, earn 1.3 times more cash. One time use something for $1,000. No idea what that does. And the nice thing about this for me is the replayability. I mean, the kids are going to nerd out over this. They're going to play. They're going to enjoy it. They're going to figure out the quickest way to make money, which power-ups are the smartest. And it's going to be such a nice... I just want more money, I think. And well, almost $70 for more money. Nope. Efficiently bold. Move around faster. Let's buy that. Purchase and hold. You now around fish up faster. Oh wow, that's damn, that's fast. Need more things. Need more things. Okay. Oh, incorrect. 27, not 52. Now, after today, I don't think I can forget that Nelson Mandela served 27 years. The rand is our currency, and we have 3 actual capitals. And the rhino is part of our big 5. Okay, that's enough. Let's see. I'll go fish. Wow, I move around so fast now. Okay, backpack full. Need to sell some fish. Only 10. While I'm here, I mean, I'm the teacher. I'm just gonna go quickly say what's happening over here on this one. This is me, sound, leaderboard. I click on the leaderboard. Mbasa is in first place with 22 cash, then Marika of 22, and then Louis and Yunandi. Yunandi, if it helps, you answer questions, you get bait, you fish at water, you get fish, you sell it at the station, and that's how you get cash. Okay, leaderboard, inventory. I've got bait and cash. Players, I can remove them. No, don't need to. Cosmetics. Don't anything like that. I can end the game, but let me see if I can buy a bigger backpack at least. Okay, backpack too small. I don't have enough money quite. Okay, need to answer more questions. Orange River is the longest. 3 capitals. Kruger National Park. Currency, Rand. Okay. 27 years. That is Table Mountain. Rhino. Orange. Okay, I have quite a lot of bait now. So, okay. Cast fishing rod. It's fishing to my heart's content. I have enough bait to back it up. Okay, backpack full, need to sell some fish. How much money do I have in my backpack? 36. What if I want a larger backpack? I want to see what that looks like. I want medium backpack. Okay, now I have a medium backpack. I can fish some more. Such fish. No more bait. Sell some fish. Pretty fun. Answer questions. Okay, I see 46 seconds left. I better find me some fish. Got a little bit of lucky there. Bait. 15 seconds left. 22 cash. 7 seconds. Oh, game over. Ta-ta-ta. Man, that was a fun game. Fish caught, entire best clutch, bluefish, best tickets, fish caught, rooters. Let's see who won. Marika, you are amazing. Thank you for winning this game. You were unbelievable. Now I'm just gonna view the report quickly, just to see what that can give me. So these ones were basically answered very well. My students did very well. Maybe it was them helping me set the questions. Maybe look at the students. Whoa, the worst student was Louis van der Merwe. You'll have to do some extra push-ups or something this afternoon. I don't know, I'll see. And quick stats, basically, you guys have mastered what I needed you to master. You'll never forget that we have 3 capitals. The Rhino is one of our big 5, and the Orange River is the longest one in South Africa. And it was fun. It was 10 minutes. Once I've done this with my class once, they'll know how it works. And they'll ask me, can we play fishbowl again next Friday? Can you set up a GimKit with 20 or 30 or 40 questions? Are you going to leverage your students, your colleagues, or ChatGPT to help you set questions? And then are you just going to commit to having fun with your learners, to gamifying your learning a little bit, and then getting learning happening in your class? And that was it. I think I've actually showed you everything I wanted you to show. Please make sure that you've signed the actual attendance register. If there are any questions, now would be the time, because I think we're done for today. If you have a question, unmute your microphone, ask away, or have a lovely day, everyone. Thank you for attending, and I hope you go and use GimKit in your classes. It's a hell of a lot of fun. It provides so many more options because of the complexity, the competition between learners, because you can ice people or get them to slow down. It just makes it more interesting than a straight up Kahoot, dub, 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 right, wrong, right, wrong, right. No, this is a more fun game to bring into your class, and I would love to do this with a class every Friday as informal assessment to see how it goes. Thank you, everyone. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you with our next session.